Hello students, how are you? I wish all of you will be healthy and safe. So students, in the last video I have given you a problem to find the reverse of input number. Okay, and I have given the solution in notes also. So let's discuss this problem because your next problem is related to the previous problem. So how to find the reverse of input number? Okay, let's take an example before developing its logic. For example, you have a number 4 sorry 789. Okay, now how will you reverse this number? What is the logic to get the reversal of this number? For example, your first digit is 9. Okay, 9. So you have taken 9. What you will do? First of all, you will multiply this 9 by 10. First of all, you take first digit. This will be your previous number. Okay, now this number, the previous number is multiplied by 10, and the next digit you will get is 8, will be added to this number. So what will be the result will be 98. Okay, now what you will do again, you will multiply the previous number by 10 and add the new digit. The digit is 7, and you will add the new digits. Okay, now what will be the result? The result will be 987. So in this way you will get the reverse number. Okay, so let's implement this logic. Very simple. So first of all, okay, okay. First of all, you will take a number. Okay, your number is equals to integer. Okay, input. Take the number from user, write the message, enter the number. Okay, so in this way you will take your number. Okay, now you have a variable reverse number. So this variable will store the reverse number. The starting value of reverse number is 0. And what will be the condition? Obviously the condition while number is not equals to 0. Okay, so it will check number again and again, and it will compare number to 0. If number is not equals to 0, then it will repeat the process. Okay, when the number will become 0, then it will terminate the loop. Okay, while number is not equal, first of all you will find remainder. Okay, so remainder will be number modulus 10. Okay, remainder equal to number modulus 10, and the number will become number divided by 10. Okay, now you will get in float value. That's why you will convert it into integer. Okay, and the reverse number will be reverse number equals to reverse number. The previous value of reverse number is 0. Okay, so into 10, the previous number will be multiplied by 0, and you will add the new digit. Okay, so in this way you will get the reverse number, and print this number. Print reverse number each. Reverse number. Okay. Now save the program and run it. Enter the number 2345, and you will get 5432. Okay, students. So your next problem, a check given number is palindrome or not. Palindrome means ulta seedha ek jaisa. Okay, if you reverse a number, if reverse number is same as the previous number, so we will say the given number is palindrome. Okay, so this problem is same as problem number 10. So what you will do, first off, because your number is in each time your number is changed, so that's why I will store this number in a temporary variable. Okay, so temp equals to number. Okay, your reverse number is stored in reverse number. So what you will do, you will compare this number. If reverse number equals to temp, okay, then it will print yes, number is packed row. Okay, else print number is not packed. Okay, check this number. For example, your number is 565. It will print yes, number is packed. Okay, let's run this program again. Enter the number 6789. The number is not packed. Okay. Okay, students, let's move to the next problem to find the factors of input number. What are the factors of a number? Factors of a number is the set of number which divides the number completely. Okay, so for example, if you want to find out the factors of 10, so what will be the factors of 10? So 10 is divided by 1, 10 is divided by 2, 10 is divided by 5, and 10 is divided by 10. So factors of 10 are 1 to 5. In the similar way, you will find the factors of input number. Okay, let's move to the problem. Try to make the program. Okay, you have taken the numbers. Okay, so what you will do? What is the logic? You will start from dividing of 1 and you will move to the till number. Okay, for example, your I equals to 1. I equals to 1 because starting value is 1. You will start to divide from 1 and you check the condition while I is less than equals to number. Okay, what you will do? If your number modulus I, if your number modulus I is equals to 0, means your number is completely divisible by I, then it will print what? I. If I divides the number completely, it means it will be the factor of the number, so I am printing I. And equals to, I want to print all these number in using 10, and equals to slash t. Okay, slash t or comma. Okay, now you will increase the value I equals to I plus 1. Okay, see, program is ready to run. Enter the number 10. The factors of 10 are 1 to 10. Okay, now let's run again this program to find out the factor of another number. For example, I want to find the factor 100. So all these are the factors of 100. Okay, students. So let's move to the next problem. Write a program to find the LCM of two numbers. So first of all, you should know what is LCM. Lowest common multiple means a number which is completely divisible by given two numbers. That is the lowest number. The lowest number which is completely divisible by given numbers. Okay, so this number is called LCM. So in this program, you will find the LCM of two numbers. Means you will find out a number, lowest number which is completely divisible by 2. Okay, so first of all, take two numbers. For example, a comma b equals to. So in this method, you will take two values at a time. There is no need to write down the message again and again. Okay, write down the input, enter two numbers. Okay, there is no need to write down int here because we use int keyword to convert it into integer, but here you have to convert each number individually into integer. Okay, enter two numbers, and here you have to split the values in two variables. Okay, so for this you will use the split keyword. Basically it is a list. The split function break this list into two parts. Okay, the first value will go to A and the second value will go to B. Okay, so what's the next work? You have to convert, because Python depends on strings, so all A and B will store the value in the form of a string. So you have to convert these values into integers. A equals to integer A. Next, B equals to integer B. So this is the alternative way to take the input. Okay. Now, so first of all, the value will start from 1. So what is the logic behind it? We will check each number divisible by A and B. If a number is completely divisible by A and B, then it will be the LCM. Okay. So starting value will be 1. So let's I equals to 1. Okay. Now what will be the condition? So while I, guess what will be the condition? While I is less than equals to what? A multiplied B. Okay. Suppose you have two prime numbers 7 or 3. So what will be the LCM? Obviously it will be 7 into 3, 21 will be the LCM. Okay. So that's why the condition will go to A into B. No. Next, what you will check? If I modulus A equals to 0, means your number is completely divisible by A, and I modulus B equals to 0, means your number is completely divisible by B, means a number is completely divisible by A and the number is completely divisible by B, it means it is the LCM. So it will print LCM of what? A and B equals to I. Okay, and you will terminate the loop. Whenever you get your number, the break keyword will terminate the loop. If you do not break the loop, it will go to tell A into B. Okay, so that's why it is compulsory to break the loop. Okay, and else if your number is not completely divisible by A and B, then it will increase the value I plus equals to 1. Okay, now save your program. Let's check. So enter two numbers like 12 and 10. So guess what will be the LCM? Obviously I equals to 1. It will be 1. The two numbers 10 and 12. LCM of 10 and 12 is equal to 60. Okay. Let's check another pair of value and two numbers, for example 30 and 103. Okay, so this is the way to find out the LCM of two numbers. The next problem is to find the SCF of two numbers. So to find the SCF of two numbers, the logic is totally different. Okay, before making the program you should know how to find the SCF. Okay, so which logic we are using to find out the SCF. Okay, let's take an example. Suppose we have two numbers 50 and 75. So how will you find out the SCF? So first of all, this one number will be divided by second number and you will find out the remainder. Okay, if 75 is divided by 50, the remainder is 25. Now 50 will be again divided by 25 and you will find the remainder. If your remainder is 0, then this number will be your SCF. Okay, take another example. The one number is 100, second one is 70. Okay, so you will divide one number to another number. So 70 divided by 100 divided by 70 will give 1 and remainder is 30. Again you will divide 70 by 30. Okay, your previous number will divide it by remainder. Okay, so 32 is 60 and remainder is 10. Now again 30 will be divided by 10 and you will find the remainder. Remainder is 0 in this case. Your SCF will be 10. Okay, so this is the way to find out the SCF. Okay, so let's implement the logic. Okay, so first of all you will take the two numbers. Okay, now you need to find out the remainder. So the initial value of remainder is 1. Okay, and you will execute the loop till remainder is not 0. Okay, so now while remainder is not equals to 0, it will continue the process. Okay, but you will first of all you will find out the remainder equals to a modulus b. Okay, after that you will interchange the value. Okay, so a will equals to b and b will be equals to r. Okay, so your SCF will be stored in a. Okay, now print the result. Print SCF of given two numbers equals to a. The SCF will be stored in a. Okay, now save your program and run it. Enter two numbers. For example, we have given 75 and 25. Sorry. So SCF of given two numbers is 25. Let's understand this logic. Okay, for example, we have two numbers. A is 100 and B is 70. So what will be the remainder? If you divide 100 by 70, the remainder will be obviously 30. Okay, now it will exchange the value. So what is the logic? Logic is A is equals to B and B equals to R. Okay, now A equals to B. Now new value of A will be 70 and new value of B will be 30. Okay, and the remainder will be 30 to just 60. The remainder will be 10. Okay, now again remainder is not 0. So A equals to B, A will be 30 and B will be 10 and remainder will be 0. Okay, here remainder is 0, but it will complete the execution because here the remainder is 0. Now it will check the value of remainder after completing this step. Okay, so the new value of A will be 10 and B equals to remainder, that will be 0. Now it will check R is 0, so it will terminate the program. Okay, so now the SCF will be A, that is 10. So this is the logic to find out the SCF of two numbers. Okay, so next problem is little critical and this is your home assignment also. Okay, program to check given number is prime or not. So you have to implement this program. You know what is the prime number? A prime number is not divisible by any other number except 1 and itself. So use your mind, apply any logic to check the given number is prime or not. So enough for this session. Thank you students. Have a nice day. Be healthy. Be safe.